Leute, ich bin kein großer Redner. Und es ist vielleicht möglich, dass von euch welche Christus suchen. Aber ich glaube, er ist es nicht. Denn Christus war, so viel ich weiß, duldsam. Und wenn ihm einer widersprochen hat, dann hat er versucht, ihn zu überzeugen. Hat nicht gesagt, halt deine Schnauze.
Nein, er hat nicht gesagt, halt die Schnauze. Er hat eine Peitsche genommen und hat ihm in die Fresse gehauen. Das hat er gemacht. Du dumme Sau. Und das kann dir auch passieren. Es gibt jetzt zwei Möglichkeiten. Entweder die nicht zu dem Gesinde gehören, schmeißen die anderen raus, oder sie haben ihr Geld umsonst bezahlt.
Hey, oh my God. Okay, we're in San Antonio. Just kidding, no we're not. We're on South Congress.
Wait, what?
What are we gonna do?
You gonna take a picture of it?
So what do you think about the donuts? Yeah.
I didn't know this used to be a movie theater with like history behind it.
Now it's a donut joint.
That's gonna be nice.
It's a good croissant. How do you like your pizza? Is it like how you remember it? What is he looking at? What could he be thinking about? How do you think of that? What do you
Delicious cow piss.
think? Delicious.
Delicious. It's really weird to drink. But it's good. I gotta drink it like this so we can get it sponsored.
Okay.
Hey, cow piss. If you're watching this, you know, we're shills and we'll do anything for money. The choice of a new generation.
Say the name of it.
Calpico?
Yeah, with confidence.
Calpico.
There you go. I just got a milky strawberry milkshake. It looked cute, so that's why I got it. And
Tastes awful.
it doesn't taste awful.
Best thing about Harry Ransom was getting to see the book that was written by people like 500 years ago, where they called what was it, the short ejaculation before
Before death.
before death. where they called Jesus Christ Jiffus Crips.
Jiffus Creeps.
Jiffus Crips.
It's like a Swedish chef saying it. Jiffus Creeps.
Jiffus Crips.
After 8 episodes, we finally got a strike on the Delfino Plaza song. So, in lieu of that, enjoy some smooth jazz, courtesy of Kevin MacLeod. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
It's that time of the 2 weeks again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. Who even counts?
I think it's been 3 weeks because I've been sick the past couple of weeks,
Yeah,
which is
you
why I
have.
haven't.
You've been a sick boy.
Yeah, and I'm still getting better. So
Yeah. So if this recording cuts out for no reason, it's because he's died.
yeah, but I should be.
We got one of those poor lactose intolerant types right here.
Mhm. Anyway, yeah, by now episode 8 should have been uploaded, so episode 9 shouldn't take too long to edit. And so yeah, this is episode 9, or
Episode
just
9.
short of episode 10.
Almost there.
So episode 10 is gonna be the Centaur special, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, sick.
I'll get the list ready.
Mm-hmm. So we have some more requests that we've gotten in the meantime. We've got not a bunch, but it seems like a bunch of new subscribers. So hopefully with this one in episode 8, we'll get some more requests from new people that have subscribed.
Yeah,
So-
audience interaction.
Alright, so the first one, when I looked back, was the Shoggoth, and this one is just a super duper Nightmare Before Christmas looking.
Oh yeah, you should probably read this one. This is your aesthetic.
This is a slime too.
Yeah.
This is disposition, devoted, lustful, diet, bends, semen, sweat, saliva. Oh,
Etc.
That's a
Etc.
It's a
The
recipe
etc.
for-
is the bad part.
it's a recipe for an interesting read.
Bad things hidden in that etc.
All right, let's get this little going. Okay, Shoggoth, a slimy monster that has an amorphous body. Long, long ago, they were created by the demons of chaos as a race of servants, but it is reported that they fled from their former mistresses upon gaining intelligence and emotions with the ascension of the current demon lord. They have submissive, quiet personalities, and they do not attack humans, even as of the present. It is said that in a pursuit of a new master, they will appear before men who strike their fancy, or anyone who desires to employ them, serve them devotedly. So basically, they're like day laborers.
Yeah, they're like day laborers.
But they
only they're
love-
squishy.
Yeah.
Squishy day laborers.
Yeah.
So I guess just day laborers, really.
Huh.
Got him.
No, but for real, would you want a slime as a mate? I feel like
Oh,
that'd
no.
be counterproductive because slimes kind of just drip everywhere.
Do they though?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't know.
there's look at this thing.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
got
look
a,
at this
it's
thing.
got
This
a
thing is
mouth on
gross.
the bottom of
It
its dress.
disgusts me.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it makes me sick.
It's dripping in this image. Of course, it's gonna be dripping. You know, it's not like
Maybe like the drips, like they hit the floor and then they just come back to the main like body of the slime. So
Yeah,
they don't
but-
really leave like anything.
Yeah, but they're not like uniform tentacles. They just kind of flop around everywhere. They're slimes.
Would they
You know.
flop around everywhere though?
Look
They're
at it,
supposed to
look
be
at
pretty
it.
smart. Maybe they got
I
good
thought
control.
the whole reason that you didn't like slimes is that they weren't smart.
Well, I guess these are smart.
Whatever. Anyway, they can create any kind of organ by morphing the cells of their body. Interesting.
Any kind of organ.
They can also repair any necessary tools with their own bodies. Their body itself is more than enough to especially take care of all their master's needs. They prioritize the living comfort of their masters above all else. And the way they quietly serve makes them truly ideal servants. Interesting. They even give off a vibe of purity, which is monster-like.
Yeah.
It definitely is, yeah.
That sounds like it's messing with your brain.
I feel like this one, that slimes that we read, they tend to be kind of fit into that really disgusting,
I don't know. The couple we read haven't been like gross. Just
yeah, they
kinda,
have the dark slime.
The dark slime's gross, but that's because it's kind of evil.
I feel like slimes in general, like that's kind of the part of it. Is
Yeah,
that,
slimes are like chaotic neutral at best.
but this one's like a servant thing. Like even with this maid dress on, it's looking like it looks like a trap. But like it looks like a mimic that's gonna attack you.
The anglerfish things.
In actuality, their whole amorphous body. Oh, here we go. Is an erogenous zone, and the organs
Exactly halfway.
and the organs they touch their master with are particularly concentrated with erotic sensations. When they wipe their master's body with a towel at the same time, it is also like caressing them using their own body. When they carry a spoonful of food to their master's lips, it is also like a sloppy deep kiss.
Ugh.
Oh, that's
You
right.
ever, you ever just make out with your spoon?
Yeah, because
It's
they make
good practice.
they make their own.
Kids.
No, it's not. Shut up. Anyway, because they make their own tools, I guess they can. So it's just they're always like touching you. That's kind of gross. That's kind of nasty.
It's like those pictures of the people who have like beds, but the beds are their brains.
What?
Yeah, you know the.
What are you talking about?
The big brain. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Now you
All right.
like, their brains will be so big they'll be like bookshelves.
Okay.
What?
No, I just wanted to make you uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. Oh, that worked.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I almost had a panic attack.
When they carry, to them, the service is the equivalent of sex, and serving their beloved man is more than it's more than just mentally satisfying. The more they serve, the greater the gratification from bodily pleasure. Despite enduring such pleasure, their work is not disrupted, and they will continue to quietly and calmly serve their master. But a glimmer of ecstasy that is like madness can definitely be glimpse the deep within their eyes. I don't know if I want an obsessive servant.
Yeah.
Because it's just like constantly staring at me and being like, what can I do for you? So
And even if it's not staring at you, you look down at your plate of food and the plate has eyes on it.
like, please eat me. Do you need to lick the plate? Lick the plate, please.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Master,
where's the dishwasher? I am the dishwasher.
Oh god. I can also be a bathtub.
Oh god.
Go. This is sounding like Inspector Gadget. Oh my god. Okay.
She could turn into a vacuum.
Hey. As for their madness, they wish to live as if they were one with their master by constantly serving him with their body. They mostly obey their master's commands, but if he should refuse their service, they would not have any of it. They also do not like him for him to use any already existing items, and ultimately they will even try to get their master to use such thing as a bed or a chair made from their own body.
Oh god, so it really is like an all-encompassing type thing that
this is starting.
You hire the maid and then you come home one day and all your furniture's gone. And it's just her.
Please lay down on the couch. Please.
Sit on the chairs. Why are the chairs not made out of wood?
Right, why are they slamming?
Those chairs are family heirlooms. I can't even fire you now because all my furniture is in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Where's my fridge? You ate all my food. Wait, is my food inside of you right now?
No.
I have to get the food out.
You. But
does the fridge work? It's not like plugged into anything.
Some plugged in. Anyway, no, what I was gonna say is that like it's starting to sound more like an SCP than it's sounding like a monster girl. Now it's starting to sound like it's, oh no, this was a good deal and now I'm in too deep and now I'm literally
it's
stuck.
Getting worse all the time.
I'm literally like trapped within this house with this maid who's obsessed
literally
with me.
Monster house.
Dang. A physical change will occur among those who continue to receive their service. There is not any apparent change in appearance, but for example, if cut with a sword, it will pass through their body without damaging them, as if they had become a slime. When being served with the Shoggoth's body at the place where one has been touched, it will feel like one's body is melding together with the Shoggoth's body, resulting in an experience of pleasure similar to sexual pleasure. This is odd.
This is really weird.
Yeah, just like a John Carpenter movie. Once a man has experienced this pleasure, he will start to constantly desire their service. The master himself will probably be the one to desire sex, which will involve melding together even more deeply. Having sex with them is like one another's genitalia melt together and become vague. And so much pleasure is...
I don't like having the word vague involved with the word genitalia.
And so much pleasure is induced that it becomes uncertain which of them is moving or which sensation belongs to which person. This is like a horror short story of like becoming one with the person who has like taken over your life.
I bet that's what that face is in its picture. That's
So-
the boss. That's the ex-boss.
Because it's like, then at some point does it just like, well, let me finish the article and I guess then we can. Through sexual intercourse, their master will touch upon their badness, and like them, will desire for the two of them to become one. And this way, they will spend their lives having sex by melding together. It's reportedly the ecology of constantly desiring to become one with their man. Oh,
Whoa, spooky.
Okay, alright, man, there's a lot of more info.
Wow, there's extra info.
Constantly desiring to become one with their man may be an incomplete imitation of the way that their creators, the demons of chaos, have sex with their husbands. Furthermore, it is said that the reason they fled from their mistresses is probably not because they were unsatisfied with their employment, but because they became envious from seeing the demons of chaos become one with their husbands and wish to acquire husbands of their own. Kenko's notes. This time, Monster Girl's slimy service creature Shoggoth-san, a rival of the Kikimora, has appeared, and so, just as it looks, she is maid-san. They rebelled against their creators, turned to wild, but in the Encyclopedia world, it seems they are extremely proficient maid-san that will serve loyally. However, since they have the same origin as their two most recent races, there's definitely more to it than just that.
This sounds like a bad deal. Like, I would just hire Kikimora, to be honest, because like at least I know that one's not gonna throw out on my furniture, my nice china.
So it's based on the
Yeah, it's based off of the Shoggoth.
Cthulhu, mythos. Okay, so this one sounds scary. I don't think this one is like a there's not like a
There's no real pros here.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, is that with some of them it'll be like, okay, it's got this, but like this stuff's pretty nice. This one is like,
it goes into your house and it takes over your house. It takes over your house. Throws out all your stuff.
it's a lot more personal type of evil.
How am I supposed to play my PS4 if you threw it out the window and replaced it with you?
It's a lot more personal type of evil, because it's not like, oh, you're gonna become a servant to the demon lord. It's like this very concentrated obsession that, and then it's like, unlike the other ones, it's this of trying, not just like I want to have a husband, it's like I want to become one with my husband in a weird it's like the slime read it in a book and then took it literally.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, this is what you do to show you love somebody.
Yeah,
you
when you love someone
them
very much, you eat them.
Yeah, and then you take, like, you become every part of their life.
Literally. You turn into their towels.
Yeah.
Turn into their spoons.
It's gross.
It's like that one Garfield comic where it's Garfield and he ate the whole house.
John, I was just so hungry.
I'm sorry, John.
That explains the diet a lot more now, because it's not like they're just like eating you or anything.
The
it's just
etc.
because
is literally everything else.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give this one 4 out of 10.
Wow, you gave it a 4.
I
give it a 3.
You give it a 3?
I give it a 3.
Not too much of a
I
fan
just
of this song.
noticed something.
Interesting,
She has a heart in her design, like right on her waist where a belt would be.
Oh yeah, it's like the slam
I
core.
bet that's what her actual eyes are, like those weird Dark Souls basilisk.
You're always bringing that up. You always.
Because it's funny.
You were like, I want the eyes to be somewhere else, because I don't.
I don't
like
want
that.
the eyes to be somewhere else. They
Yeah,
belong on people's heads.
Yeah, but you're always like the eyes must be somewhere else.
Well, yeah, it's an easy thing to trick people with.
But yeah, it's interesting. I just don't like. I wouldn't want to come across it. So the next one is.
I wouldn't even shake its hand, because then I'd be afraid I would lose my hand.
Oh yeah. Okay. So this was another request. The Weresheep. This
Weresheep.
one's you.
It is me.
Okay, move a little closer.
I see this sheep. I see this Weresheep, and all I think to myself is mood. So, Weresheep.
What?
Yeah.
Mood?
Yeah, that's the hot new meme.
Yeah. Okay.
You see something that reminds you of what you're thinking of, and you go mood. So, the Weresheep. Yeah, it's a sheep girl.
Pretty much, yeah. It's just a sheep girl.
Weresheep are a mostly placid species of monster girls with the characteristics of sheep. Normally always drowsy, they are popular for their fluffy wool. This unique wool contains magic that allows for a deep, pleasant sleep when exposed to it. But beware, it is this very sleep magic that keeps the Weresheep calm in the first place. Should it be shaved off, she'll become just as lustful and aggressive as most monsters.
Interesting.
So yeah, don't cut the sheep. If you do, it goes crazy. The wool is holding it back.
But at the same time, do I want this wool so I can have a nice cheap sleep?
Cheap sleep.
So I can just make a wool pillow and then be like,
Yeah.
sleeps for day.
I wonder if it cuts off any amount of wool or if it's all of it. We should find out.
Probably a bundle, you know?
Yeah, a bundle. The type of beast man covered in a fluffy coat, having the characteristics of a sheep. Just as it seems from the fluffy appearance, they're always drowsy and lightheaded. Lightheaded isn't a good thing to always be.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
She looks high, bro. She looks like she smokes weed, bro.
What if Monster Girls smoked weed? Seth Rogen don't steal that idea. It was my idea first. You fucker. They mostly spend their time spaced out in the plains where beautiful grasses grow, basking in the sun or napping.
And rapping along the Snoop Dogg lyrics.
Yeah. Growing goat teas.
Sipping on gin and juice, babe. Anyway.
When they find a human man, they make a gentle smile as though happy from the bottom of their hearts, and slowly head over to the man and gently embrace him, affectionately rubbing their fluffy body all over the man.
Hey, you party man.
If it were some other monster, this is when the man would get violently knocked down and violated. And the monster would deliciously receive his mana, but the way they happily embrace the man doesn't give that feeling at all. However, it's a trap. However, this is actually their method of attacking men. The wool that their body is covered with contains sleep magic. After being embraced and having the coat rubbed all over him, the man will be overcome with the same kind of lightheaded drowsiness as them. When his thinking starts to get hazy, they will slowly remove his clothing. Oh no. We got the date rape monster girl. Don't trust your friends around sheeps. Around sheeps, watch your peeps. Upon seeing this man's exposed penis, they will they will grin happily, raising their. I'm imagining this whole process takes like several minutes or maybe an hour.
Hey man, you want some wool?
Yeah, like the sheep from the mattress commercials.
Yeah. Wait. Never mind. Anyway,
raise their own lower body above it, and slowly lower their hips, guiding it inside them.
they even bang like sleepily.
Yeah. And then, while embracing the man and joined with him, they'll keep slowly shaking their hips, while the man is so sleepy he can't resist.
Sleepy? What's that thing that you counting sheep? Anyway.
Yeah. This is just funny to like picture in my head.
Just like, I'm trying to stay awake.
I'm trying to stay awake. Oh god.
What's going on?
While the man is so sleepy he can't resist, he'll be filled with a comfortable pleasure, and just as he releases mana inside them, he'll fall asleep while enveloped in their fluffiness. They'll also fall asleep in the same way while joined with the man upon experiencing the pleasant sensation of the man's mana filling their body. Eventually, when the man awakens due to the physiological phenomenon and the warm, pleasant sensation of being enveloped by them, his penis, which is still inside them by the way, don't lose track of it.
Wait, really? The whole time?
The whole time. Will once again become stiffly erect. The feeling of drilling their insides. Oh. I always see this verb, drilling.
It's a drill, like Chicago drill.
Like the big bear claw drills.
You just hear bow, bow, bow. The bear claw drills, what?
Yeah.
It's bear claw drill.
You know, the big, whatever.
like the bear claw donuts?
Yeah.
You don't even know what those are.
I know what a bear claw
I'm
is.
making that up. You're just like going along with it.
No, I know what a bear claw is. I've had them before. They're good.
Man.
Why do you like them? They're Canadian.
They're not Canadian distinctly, they're just tasty. They're just donut stuff.
Then how come you hate maple syrup?
I don't hate maple syrup. I just hate Canada. Maple syrup doesn't have to come from Canada.
I mean, the good ones do, though.
Not necessarily. You can grow maple syrup tree in your backyard.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, keep on going with this.
That's not worth it.
Keep on going.
The feeling of it drilling their insides will cause them to wake up too. And after smiling at the man with their sleepy-looking face, they'll begin shaking their hips while still drowsy. Having barely woken up, the man will release mana inside them once more due to the gentle man, I'm falling asleep. Due to the gentle pleasure he is being given. Their fur, which is imbued with sleep magic, is treasured as a material for bedding and pajamas. The deep sleep induced by its fluffy, comfortable bedding is very pleasant. Even with a short period of sleep, one can completely restore himself from fatigue and wake up feeling refreshed. For that reason, this fur fetches high prices. And also, if cut, it grows back after a while, so many people raise them. However,
wait, how?
Why
Okay.
not?
Keep on going.
Just get one, and then you impregnate it, and then you got two. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay.
It's a self-serving economy.
Self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Self-fulfilling
prophecy.
See what happens? You smoke weed and then get a bunch of sheep babies.
Randall? See what happens when you fuck sheep. But sir, I was asleep. I didn't even know. However, the reason they're normally so docile and sleepy is the fur.
What?
Dixil, yeah.
Docile?
Yeah. Docile and sleepy is the fur. Without this fur, they're released from the sleep magic, and they will fully exhibit their original lustful and greedy nature. Their soft smile will change into a smile more accentuated by desire.
I see.
To express all that bestial lust that had been suppressed by drowsiness until then, they'll push the man down and have sex with him.
Okay.
Unable to satisfy their greedy lust with just having sex once or twice, they'll crash through into a man's violently like a wild beast in heat to taste even greater quantities of stronger pleasure and mana. During this time, their expressions will be different than usual. The ecstasy from tasting pleasure and mana will cause them to make Lou completely slackened smile. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that noise. That's...
Yeah, just look up angry sheep noises. Just imagine that. Okay, is there any more?
I think that's it.
All right. So, what do you think about the sheep girl?
It's nice. I think it's more funny than it is like. It's just kind of funny. Like imagining them being like all slow. Just
zoned out, droned out. Just smoking big blunts.
Yeah, smoking big doinks. Smoking big doinks out in Amish.
This was kind of silly. I mean,
it's just kind of funny, right?
But I feel like Kenko, you know, even though he'll be like, oh, you know, well, the translation for this one, you know, he does that thing where it's like, he acts like he finds them. But I feel like he likes to do that thing where he makes aspects about the monster to kind of be in theme with the monster. So this is a sheep, and he was like,
sheeps equals sleeps.
Sheeps.
So I see you sleep, and I sheep.
Gonna cut that out too. No, but yeah, because the whole wool aspect of it's pretty funny. Of like, and the way he describes it, of like, there's a picture here we can't show you, but the expression on it is definitely like a sleepy, like, I'm sleepy, the man's sleepy. Just the theme around it having to do with how the monster interacts with you. I think it's pretty funny.
It is,
especially in this instance where it's almost like comical.
It's pretty funny. I give it a 7
Okay.
out of 10.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
For being comfy and silly.
Well, would you be mad if someone, like, if a sheep just like fluffed you down and then
fluffed you down?
Yeah. And then there's like, hey, sniff this wool. Like,
no, what does this wool smell like? What? No. No. I sleep.
You wake up, like, wait. Oh no, again. Okay, Lizardman. Oh, this one looks like it was drawn by somebody different.
Well, it's one of the first ones.
Yeah,
look, it's from 2007.
Yeah, you can tell, like, the way the art style looks. Good job, Kenko, for getting better at art. Okay, so this one's mine. So Lizardman, disposition, strong-willed and stubborn. Interesting. Cool. It's not just like...
Well, not yet, anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I like it's got a cooking apron on, so that's a good sign. Yeah. A monster with I was gonna say wizard.
No, a monster with wizard like.
Is this the lizard wizard?
Yeah,
that's the king gizzard.
This is the king gizzard wizard lizard.
Yeah. A monster with lizard-like characteristics that inhabit caves. Most of them excel in physical abilities. They're warriors able to master using a variety of weapons. They're always polishing their martial arts. Sick. Most of them wander all over the world for the sake of training, like a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah, like Ryu.
So one could probably encounter them in various places beside the caves where they usually dwell. Like outside of a bar in Tokyo, you're like, do you want to fight me?
I've been drinking for the past 8 hours.
I've been in the Kumite. I'll take you down.
The Kumite.
Yeah. They have aggressive personalities, but they basically don't attack human men. However, if they meet a human man that is warrior like them, then it's another story. I think even his writing style has changed, like since this was written.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll request a battle to try their skills. Even if one loses the battle, they won't take his life or anything like that. But if one beats them, they will request marriage on the spot. That's pretty cool. As they have a habit of trying to make a husband of strong men to defeat them in battle.
This one's already a high 8.
Yeah, she's one of those. I want to have strong sons, strong fighting sons and daughters.
Strong fighting. Well, they can only have daughters.
Oh, I want to have strong daughters to also fight in the Kumite.
We need to start Cobra Kai.
I want to have an entire army of strong lizard women to beat people up.
I want an entire army of strong lizard women to beat me up.
If one were to refuse it, then they'd probably just keep chasing after him, bugging him for a long time until he agreed.
Bugging him for a long time. Just doesn't have like a frame of reference or anything. Just they'll bug you for a long time.
I like that you go into your favorite Mexican restaurant and get you some migas, and then she shows up and she sits across you and she's like, "You will become my husband. I desire strong daughters."
And you're like mid bite into like a burrito into your migas. You're like, stop staring at me.
Surely you are a man of honor. Do you not want to create a very, very large family? You're a man of intense strength. Please marry me.
Yeah, actually, I guess that's the whole gist of it, isn't it?
You want to fight again?
Yeah, you want to fight again?
I liked it. Just like other monsters, in order to make a man their husband for sure, they'll try to tempt him, assault him, have sex with him. Even though they devote their lives to martial arts, monsters are monsters. This I could see like a show being made like this. It's very interesting of like just showing up outside.
I'm pretty sure something like this exists.
They have ample instinctive knowledge of how to handle a man's sword too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that an entendere?
Entendere?
Yeah.
Like a tsundere?
Yeah. They only make puns.
They make bad jokes.
Yeah.
Their well-trained bodies are devilish in nature. And yeah, I was waiting for you to make that joke again. And can generate exquisite pleasure. And if a man still won't consent even after that, then there is no limit to the extreme which they will go until a man does feel like it. It's been like, please, it's been 60 days in a row.
It's been 60 days.
I show up here every morning. But just please, I desire strong daughters.
Yeah, they're like Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah. Only they desire strong daughters.
Just wake up there into your bed and they'll be like, have you reconsidered?
Have you considered impregnating me? Go away.
You've already shown you're capable. No. If a man still won't consent after that, okay. As warriors, they leave a stoic and firm impression. Obviously, pretty firm. But on the contrary, they will serve the man who will become their husband with all their heart and thoroughly perform their duties as a wife. Oh, that explains the
apron.
Yeah, that's because they have an instinctive drive to serve the man who defeats them as much as they seek to do battles. After obtaining a husband, they will come to strong desire to give birth to their husband's children.
Here we go.
I desire strong daughters.
Literally, I desire strong daughters.
For them, there is a strong instinctive desire to be impregnated by their husband, who is even stronger than them. That's one of the basics of the species. Lizardmen want to be with men stronger than they are, give birth to strong children, and raise them to even be stronger than themselves, resulting in the entire Lizardman race growing stronger.
Oh, you might not make it. You must sick.
Blacklist by YouTube.
Lizard wife, what are the 14 words?
Oh my god. Is Kinku a whisper?
This is Japanese man. Has this Japanese artist subliminally hypnotizing impressionable males to join the alt-right?
That'd be funny if this is how we did it. Because it's like the Japanese nationalism is definitely a thing. So I could see him being like, I'm gonna put this in there. Next thing you know, people are gonna be reading the book about the samurai code. Anyway, no, what I was gonna say is that what if I cut this out or not? What I was gonna say.
Don't cut it out. It's funny.
Okay, I'll keep it. What I was gonna say is that it's funny because whenever I played Smash, there was this idea of 20XX, which is basically it's this funny little copy pasta of people being like, eventually Melee will get perfected to the point where it's just people will play Fox perfectly for hours, and then once time runs out, just in the battle in like a rock paper scissors. And so they like Lizardmen at some point will just become like this perfect genetically toned like strong people.
Genetically toned, eh?
They're like, our pursuit, we must always find the strongest men available and make them our husbands.
And if there's no strong men on this planet, well,
we move to the stars.
We move to the stars
to find the strongest men.
The strongest aliens.
Until the Lizardmen, like all these like perfect Bruce Lees doing like Okay, but I do like this one a lot. I like this one is it's interesting. I like the dynamic. It seems to be a lot less creepy or disturbing than the last one.
Creepy, except for the mild stalkerish behavior.
Yeah, but like I mean, maybe it's because I've already characterized it in my head. I love being like
of bothering you at breakfast places and
yeah,
you to Chewies.
Of this very serious like you know, what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy, Batista's character?
Oh, Drax.
Yeah, I imagine them like
only Drax being like, I desire strong daughters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just being very
Inside
serious
of me.
and non-humorous. You imagine just Drax going up to Quinn or whatever his name
Chris
is?
Pratt?
Yeah, going up to like Star-Lord, I require strong.
I desire
My
strong
race needs
daughters.
it. Please, impregnate me. This one's good. I'm gonna give this one an 8. Yeah.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, this one's really good. I feel good reading this. I feel like I'm less evil as a person because I like this one. It's not a demon.
Oh yeah, you're right. This is the highest rating you've probably given to a non-demon monster girl.
Well, because this one is like it was almost, you know, it's fun to read. It was I like it.
I can't wait for this one to be gross. Oh boy.
All right.
The Liliraune. Oh, he gave me the bad one. I'm not gonna be able to say this thing's name.
It's okay. I like laughing.
Don't. This thing.
You can read Japanese. How come you can't read this?
I was thinking about that. I was like, you know, it'd probably be easier to pronounce it reading the Japanese characters.
Liliraune.
That's not.
You'd be like.
Lily. Yeah, okay. It's like this thing. You can read the name. You know, I know we're reading these, but you look. Oh, tab back over. Mm-hmm. Tab back over right fucking now, and and look at this thing's name, because I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself. I'm not gonna make a fool out of myself for you people. You read this fucking thing's name right now. Thank you.
Okay.
Please subscribe.
Are you gonna read the...
A sudden mutational variant of Liliraune, with 2 women's bodies growing from one flower.
Ew.
Like the original variety, they lure in prey through the fragrance of sweet nectar without moving very much from one spot.
What's their disposition?
Their disposition is lustful and lonely.
Hey, mood.
Yeah. Hey, look at that.
All right.
2 women correspond with a stamen and a pistil.
Pistol?
Yeah.
They got guns.
Yeah, they got guns. They're strapped.
Mm-hmm. I get the strap.
I gotta carry it. And perhaps for that reason they seek one another. Their bodies are always intertwined as they have sex. Oh, with each other? Sure. Why not? It's a free country. Due to that, their nectar is riper compared to that of ordinary Liliraune. Its effects as an aphrodisiac and stamina enhancer are amplified, and it has a thicker, sweet taste. They probably use this stuff in like Arizona iced tea or something.
Oh, delicious.
I would drink it.
That's why the green tea tastes like that.
Yeah. The fragrance sweetly melts the brain of not only human men,
Wait,
but
what?
don't dwell on that.
When you say it melts the brains, do you mean like in like
it melts their brains, okay?
Okay.
Don't read into it. Of not only human men, but even women and monsters. If one who smelled it was a human man, then he'll be lured before the 2 female bodies into having sex inside the flower petals. Even if it's a woman or monster, she'll go so mad with lust that she'll make her hands creep towards her own genitals right then and there. Why do you have to write the sentence like that?
I mean,
like that's a really creepy way of putting that.
This was written 4 years ago. Kenko's gotten better since then.
Maybe.
No, but so what does that count as? Like, is this like an incest type thing? If they're both in the same flower petal?
They're not. They're probably not related.
So like, that's a roommate that just moved in.
Yeah.
But like, hey, you wanna
just smash all day, every day? Maybe smash someone who happens to smell us smashing each other? Yeah, sure. Whatever. In the man's absence, the 2 of them act as they are their own little world, focused entirely on each other inside the flower petals. But whenever stamen or pistil, their true nature is that of monster female. When a man goes inside the flower petals where the 2 are having sex after being lured by the fragrance of the nectar, he'll naturally pinch the man between them, and sex will continue with the addition of the man. They don't even stop. They don't even acknowledge that you're there. It just keeps going. When they have sex normally, the act itself and the ripened nectar produced as a means of luring a man, and besides, it also gets them ready to welcome a man inside the flower petals. They exist in a state of constant sexual readiness. Their bodies soaked in thick nectar and pleasure are softly loosened up. Their skin feels nice to the touch, and the sweet fragrance exuded makes a man want to suck all over them, like on top of their heads.
You just get a mouthful of hair.
Yeah, delicious flower hair.
You ever suck on a girl's hair?
Someone has.
That's probably somebody's thing. I think it is, but that sounds pretty gross.
That was like that was like Leonardo da Vinci's thing or something.
Really?
No.
You mean DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
He probably sniffs heads all day. You imagine him in what's it called with the dreams?
Inception.
Wasn't on the page in that?
Yeah.
Just sniffing her hair.
Yeah.
Use head and shoulders.
Actually, having sex with them will produce sweet pleasure that is like nectar. As for them, each body has its own separate consciousness and thoughts. See? There you go. But since they're habitually having sex with their other half, they have full knowledge of one another's bodies and hearts, and they can vividly sense how the other half will attack a man next.
Oh, so they're just like fapping all the time?
Yeah. Two bodies pinching a man between them, two parts of their arms coiling around him, 4 lumps of flesh that can freely change shape, 2 tongues dribbling sweet, and a partridge in a pear tree, and 2 vaginas. but sir, 8 legs, 7 vaginas. Imagine, maybe more. I can take turns swallowing his manhood. They coordinate everything perfectly with their movements and attack the man simultaneously, painting pleasure and nectar ink into each inch of his body and milking his buds. After learning the taste of a man in this way, they become so clingy that we can even say they're dependent on the man. Those who become their common husband, wow, rude, will not be released from inside the flower petals. Instead, they will end up as if they have become another pair of the Liliraune.
Yep.
Don't make me say this. And the threesome with the two intent on always being glued together will continue. Perhaps because they're mutants, they're unstable beings. Wow, rude. In rare cases, individuals are born having the nature of a Liliraune, but having only one woman in the flower. In that case, seeking their other half, they will invite a human woman into the flower petals and permeate the woman's body with plenty of nectar and pleasure, transforming her into their other half. Also, extremely rarely, individuals are even born with only flower petals and not even a single woman. So just
a flower?
Plant?
Oh.
In that case, they take 2 human women inside and make them have sex inside themselves and change them into the monster. On this occasion, they mostly go after 2 people that are especially close. Don't like where this is going, and there's only like a sentence left.
No, it'll be fine.
Or 2 people that are fighting over the same man. Conversely, in the case of 2 people that are in love with separate men, the flower will react with ejection and spit them out of the petals.
Oh, okay.
So they respect women.
I mean, this one, I feel like this one is kind of the same thing where it's like you're kind of trapped within the flower. So the flower is like almost like carnivorous. It doesn't eat you, but yeah, you're stuck in there. And
yeah, you're stuck in there.
Okay, let's read Kenko's notes though.
Kenko's notes. This time's update is a Liliraune, a mutational variant of an Liliraune. As a white lily type, whatever. I hate this. I can't say this one right. They basically come together as a pair, and they go at it erotically inside the flower. At a glance, they seem harmlessly off in a world just for the 2 of them, but that's their cunning trap. To be continued. That's why, please check the Monster Girl Encyclopedia for details as usual.
Okay, the name is the pun in Japanese. The lily flower is called
Yuri
in Japanese. Oh, that makes sense. The Liliraune was featured in that thing by Slapstick Stick. Okay.
7.
Really?
I meant to say 6, but my brain said 7.
Because you were like, I want to be in that flower with those 2 women.
Nah.
I want to be.
I just want to be in the flower. Just swim in the flower.
It's like that future song, Real Sisters. You know, it's where he's like, I don't care if they're real sisters. No, but okay, it didn't say that, so I'm just being silly. But did it say if people take the nectar out of the flowers?
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Well, they said it tastes sweet, so someone probably like puts on the gas mask, gets the cheeky breaky outfit on, and steals the honey while they're busy with each other.
They get the honey, and we make the money.
Man, B-movie would be a lot better if it was about these weird plant things. We should watch Night of the Triffids. That's basically what this movie is.
That is.
Don't worry about it. It's the movie where people get killed by giant plants because everyone looks up at a comet and it blinds everyone on the planet.
Oh, you told me about that before.
I did.
Yeah.
I read it in a book as a child, and I thought it was funny that people died because they couldn't see.
Well, I mean, if you couldn't see, it wouldn't be nothing to just like fall into a pit. Or just
That's what happens. They just fall into the open mouths of these giant plants that can't even move.
It's pretty funny, dude. But yeah, this one's pretty weird. I mean, it does make sense. Like in this type of world, these type of plants totally make sense.
Man, just go into the forest.
Yeah, because there's all types of things. Seems like with most aspects of environments, there's something somewhere just kind of lurking in wait for you, and eventually you're gonna run across one that fits your preference. You're just gonna be like, oh,
or one that fits your preference will run across you.
You'd be like, oh, 2-for-1 special. Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do.
All right. So yeah, you gave this one a 7, right?
No, I think I'd give it like a 5 or something.
I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 6.
Sleepy boy, look out for that sheep. Oh no, get away from us.
No.
I don't want to smell it. Oh, no. Who let this sheep in here?
Me. A sheep. Okay, so is this one me? Yeah, that last one was you. This is a worm.
Man, you're getting all the cool lizard ones.
Mm-hmm. And you get
sheeps and plants.
Okay, worm. Disposition: ferocious, simple, meek. That's starting to sound familiar.
I can read ferocious and meek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was it? The last one? It was ferocious coward.
The bunyip.
Yeah, that's what that was.
I strive to be a ferocious coward, which I think I said.
Type of dragon that has the upper body of a woman and a long snake-like lower body. Because of the powerful, magnificent way they advance by crawling on the ground, they're also called earth dragons, even though they are a lesser race of dragon.
Quotation marks.
In terms, yeah, because I mean, I don't see wings. In terms of raw power, they're no better or worse than dragons. Their body is sturdy enough to crush boulders by ramming. They're covered in hard scales and have endless stamina. Ooh, we're gonna ram into your boulder with endless stamina.
Starting to sweat over here.
Mm-hmm. However, their intelligence is extremely low. Their thoughts are simple. Basically, all they think about is mating with human males.
It's funny that they're able to like move gracefully, but they're really dumb. They're like swans.
I like to imagine they talk like cavemen. They're like,
ugh. Video games no good now.
You, me, crash. Smash. And she's just like smashing a rock to try to explain what she means. She's like,
me, you.
Or
like
else.
Tarzan. Yeah, or else. Like Tarzan, he gets the shock. Gorilla.
Shoo-be-doo. Someone please compose a MIDI version of that campfire song from Tarzan, where the girl is going to camp.
With Rosie O'Donnell.
Mm-hmm. We'll use it for the new intro.
Why does it make you laugh so much? I don't understand.
Funny. Because I told you I would in my classes whenever I'd walk out to like go get a thing of water or go to the restroom, I would just be like shibidi. I look in my head and I'm like, where's that from? And then one day I realized it was from Tarzan. And then like I hadn't watched Tarzan.
Is this
in
video
years.
gonna get copyright striked because we're singing the song?
Better not. This is just I'll include in the title and a cover of that song from Tarzan.
Yeah.
I completely lost where I was.
It's fine.
Their personalities are ferocious, and since they aggressively assault human men when seeking a reproductive partner, they are feared as monsters even more dangerous than dragons. Well, I guess
they got that tart strength.
Because they got a bunch of dum-dums, yeah. Tart strength. Worms are especially dangerous once they're in a state of arousal after detecting a human male. If there's a boulder in front of them, they'll smash and continue onward. If a man hides in a forest, they'll mow down all the trees.
Oh my god.
And beeline straight to his position. Once they've spotted their prey, every obstacle is meaningless to them, and they'll never stop until they get their man. It's difficult to run, but even more difficult to fight and drive them away. So it's even said that the easiest way to stop worms is to give her a man. Actually, so long as they're able to catch a man, the inside of their head becomes colored with thoughts of nothing but sex with their husband they just obtained. It's literally like where like the barbarian walks in and throws a woman over the shoulder and is like, you're my wife now. You my wife.
You my wife.
Now.
Ugh.
Ugh. Ooh.
It all comes back to Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. Let's not go on a tangent about Rosie O'Donnell. They will either bind the man with their lung body and begin sex right there and then, or bring him back to their lair to take their time.
Their lair.
Their cave with, like, this is my favorite rock. This is where we do it now. On top
We
of the rock.
do on rocks for friction.
Hold on to just like my... Bite on this rock. Their bodies are covered in hard scales, but the scales can recede, exposing soft. Okay, I was wondering. I was like, it'd be like wrestling with like thing.
It's like Raiden's helmet. Ogre Rising. It just like sits open.
Yeah, but the scales can recede, exposing soft, sensitive skin, so that the abdomen, especially the front part of their upper body, are very sensitive to receive pleasure from the heat touch of a man's body. For them, their snake belly and bare skin are their weak points during mating. In fact, they very much enjoy feeling a man with these weak points. Unlike Lamia, a family monster, they normally coil around the man, try to glue their bodies together as closely as possible. When they assault a man, they are extremely ferocious, and the sex is also violent. You don't say.
Violence.
Just like, it'd be like, you know that movie, Quest for Fire, about the cavemen? It's like,
It sounds familiar.
yeah, it's about a bunch of cavemen, and one of them, like, they just pounce on a woman and bang her. So it's just like that, but like with the cave woman snake. It was just like,
She's not even a cave woman snake. We're just like
we just call her stupid.
We're characterizing her as being like the little brains of Boomer Snake.
You think she's like in those old cartoons where she's like, I want a puppy, but it's like, I want a husband.
I want to smash.
Once they settle down with the husband, they think of their husband as a male for impregnating themselves. I guess that's a little better. They think of themselves as a female for bearing that male's offspring. Kenko really loves this thing. For that reason, it's surprisingly easy to tame them as long as one can take the lead during sex, exploit their weak points, and exhibit his power as a male. Although they possess the overwhelming power of the dragon family, because of their simple and meek personalities, they can become very affectionate and obedient. Okay, like a henchman.
Yeah, just have this is the muscle. This is your Lenny.
It really is, right?
This is your Lenny, and you can be the George, and hopefully you won't have to shoot her in the back of the head.
Yeah, I was like, at what point did you realize those jokes in those cartoons were from Of Mice and Men?
Oh, when I read Of Mice and Men.
I was just trying to pet the bunny, George. Additionally, like,
Shut up, wife.
Okay, boss.
Okay. Oh, Goofy. Goofy. Gorge. I want to be impregnated by.
I'm gonna take you back to my cave.
Hey, fuck you. I wanna bear strong children. Oh, yuck.
Max. Additionally, like the original dragon, it's possible to change them into the form of enormous dragon from before the demon lord sees power. However, since that is inconvenient for having sex with a man, while they think about his sex, they don't assume that form is if given a choice.
What a coward of a man.
Oh man. Okay, so
Fuck a dragon.
So first off, I think when Kenko finally crawls out of his Hikikomori dungeon and actually meets a woman and has himself 12 kids, I think these will completely cease, because Kenko seems very, I don't want to say obsessed because I don't know the man, but very interested in the idea of monogamy and the idea of a woman being forward and like doing that thing, you know, where you put your hand against the locker and you're standing over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kabedon.
Doing that and then having kids. Because that seems to be a common with most of the monsters is the idea of
Wait, would he
having a
be the
family.
one getting slammed or the one slamming them?
What do you think? After
Yeah.
reading all these,
Yeah.
you know, he wants to like, get like a body slammed by some Japanese pro wrestling lady.
Man, I want to be body slammed by some Japanese pro wrestling lady.
Yeah, you kind of, you're one and the same. You're pretty similar, except he makes these and then we read them.
Yeah. Who's more respected though?
Well,
Please subscribe.
okay, this one's kind of silly. I mean, I'm sure like. And
I'm sure us talking about the camp song from Tarzan and laughing about it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sure our characterization of it made it a little more funny.
Like even her face, like I could just like in the picture, it looks like we could just like put a big old dumb tongue hanging out her mouth. Mix.
Oh my god. It's yeah, but like
Please put the car song from Extremely Goofy Movie here.
Life is a highway.
Yeah.
I don't remember the song from Extremely Goofy Movie.
Me either.
Is that the one with Max goes to college and does that pro skating thing?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember that's
Because a Goofy Movie has
Don't they
the
go
dance
camping?
number. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because Extremely Goofy Movie. I remember that's the one where that French girl, the
librarian.
the poetry girl, yeah,
Yeah.
and the librarian.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. Remember as a kid, and then being like, "Why do they wear gloves? What is the point of the
I
gloves?"
wanted to eat that cheese, bro.
What?
The cans of spray cheese, and it looked like they were just spraying melted cheese, not disgusting cheese whiz.
Oh, I was gonna say that's the thing. It's cheese whiz, yeah.
I know, but it looked better
It'd be
because
hot.
it wasn't real.
It'd be hot if it was like.
Stay tuned for our full commentary of Tarzan and an Extremely Goofy movie.
And the Tarzan will just the whole time be. Okay, but no, this one's pretty funny. I'm gonna give this one a 7.
This is the comedy day. We're getting all the funny ones.
We're
I
getting
can't wait
that.
until next time when
Having
we get
to-
all the
having to
centaur
Google.
ones and you don't even get to talk and I just talk the whole time. That'll be a treat,
You'll
right?
probably just do all those ones because I know that you'll just be like. In the hooves.
Just the right height.
And we'll bring in a live horse for you to pet and to like talk to while you read this entire
What do you think of this, Secretariat? Or our first special guest, Seabiscuit 2.
Mr. Ed.
Ooh.
I said Mr. Ed, not the other one.
Oh.
With the short horse. We all know you know what we're talking about.
We gotta dig up that body.
But anyway, yeah, that's all the requests for now. That was 5.
We didn't
different
rate this
monsters. I said a 7. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a 7.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoo what?
She
She do.
That was about an hour. That was
And
pretty
on
good.
like 20 minutes of that is just us talking about Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, but that's fine though. The last episode, it only came out recently, so this is to make up for it. So, all right,
This is the high quality episode right here.
we're gonna record some more stuff right now. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and please subscribe,
Please subscribe.
and
Give us money.
please donate to my fund to buy jewelry and to buy gold teeth and gold chains. What do you want? What do you want for your fund? For your donation fund?
I want
All right. Goodbye.